Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Muhibbullah Wazir. Today we discuss the branches of the brachial plexus. Okay, you know that this is the posterior triangle. Over here lies the roots and trunks of brachial plexus in the posterior triangle, while the divisions lies behind the clavicle, while the cords of the brachial plexus lies in the axilla. Now, what are the branches from the roots of the brachial plexus? Look over here. Look again, this is calcaneus anterior, this is calcaneus medius. The roots lies between these two muscles. And over here branches are given from the roots, and one branch which is given from the root, that is from the cervical 5, that branch passes posteriorly from the C5. One branch passes posteriorly and supplies these muscles. You can see this is the medial border of the scapula. These muscles, these are rhomboides minor and rhomboides major, and this is levator scapulae. So this nerve from the C5, which is called as dorsal scapular, or nerve to the rhomboids. It supplies these rhomboids muscles and also gives branch to levator scapulae. The second nerve given from the roots is nerve to this subclavius muscle, and its name is nerve to the subclavius. It is being given by a branch from the C5 and by a branch from the C6, and then it descends downward to supply the subclavius muscle. And then nerve to the subclavius, and then the dorsal scapular nerve, and look, then another branch which is given from the trunk, and that is from C5 and 6, that is the suprascapular nerve. Okay, this suprascapular nerve from the trunks which is given, it passes over here, and note, this is the dorsum of the scapula, and over here this is the spine of the scapula, like this. This is dorsum of the scapula, this is spine of the scapula. Over here lies supraspinatus, and over here lies infraspinatus. So one nerve which comes from the trunk, from the upper trunk, it comes over here, passes this suprascapular notch, and supplies the supraspinatus and infraspinatus, suprascapular nerve. So in this way, look, branches from the root, nerve to the rhomboids, nerve to the subclavius, and branch from the trunk, suprascapular nerve. Another branch which is given from the roots, that is being called long thoracic nerve. That is a branch from the cervical 5, cervical 6, and cervical 7, and this nerve then descends downward and supplies this serratus anterior muscle. In this way, branches from the roots are 3: nerve to the rhomboids, nerve to the subclavius, nerve to the serratus anterior. And branch from the trunk is the suprascapular nerve, which supplies the supraspinatus and infraspinatus. Then, 3 cords enters into the axilla. And over here, again, that most medially over here lies this vein, axillary vein. Then is the axillary artery. And then in this part, the 3 cords of brachial plexus lies superolateral. That is, medial one is medial, then is posterior, and then is lateral. Lower down, behind the pectoralis minor, what happens that the artery, look, the artery is clasped between the 3 cords. The medial cord lies medial, the lateral cord lies lateral, and posterior cord lies posterior. So Let us discuss the branches of the cords. So over here lies the lateral cord, most laterally. Medial to that lies the axillary artery. Just look over here, please. Look, you can see this is the axillary artery and this is the lateral cord, and this you can see this is coracobrachialis and biceps. Okay, and then this you can see the medial cord, while the posterior cord lies behind or posterior to the axillary artery. We will only see if we lift all these structures. So in this area, look over here. This is the biceps, this is the coracobrachialis, and over here lies the lateral cord. From the lateral cord, one branch you already know, that is being given to pectoralis major, that is lateral pectoral nerve. Okay, so from the lateral cord, three branches. Look over here, one branch to the pectoralis major, that is lateral pectoral, and then the second branch is given, that is musculocutaneous, and this musculocutaneous nerve immediately passes toward this coracobrachialis, and this musculocutaneous nerve, it supplies the CBC, coracobrachialis, biceps and brachialis, and then comes out over here is the lateral cutaneous nerve of the forearm. And the thirdly, then the lateral cord becomes continuous as the lateral root of median nerve. Look over here. Look, this is the lateral cord of brachial plexus. This is the branch lateral pectoral nerve. This you can see, this is musculocutaneous that passes toward the coracobrachialis, supplies it, then supplies the biceps and brachialis, and so on. All these branches you will discuss in detail later on. You should only now know the names. So three branches: lateral pectoral, musculocutaneous, and then lateral root of median nerve, which unites by a branch from the medial cord, and combinedly the two form as the median nerve. Median nerve from the lateral root of median nerve from the lateral cord, and from the medial root of median nerve from the medial cord. Okay, in this way the branches of the lateral cord are LML, lateral pectoral, musculocutaneous, and lateral root of median nerve. And then the branches from the medial cord. Okay, look over here. Then this is the medial cord. Look, the medial cord, branches of the medial cord are, note the point, U, 4M and 1U. Okay, which one is 4M? Number one branch you know, that is given medial pectoral nerve, which supplies the pectoralis minor and major both well. The lateral pectoral nerve, lateral cord, it also supplies the major and minor both muscles. In this way, the medial pectoral nerve, it also supplies the pectoralis minor and major. Then look, the medial cutaneous nerve of the arm, which supplies the skin of the medial side of the arm. And then the medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm. And then the medial root of the median nerve. Look, 4M, medial pectoral, medial cutaneous nerve of the arm, medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, medial root of the median nerve, and then the last one is the ulnar nerve. Ulnar nerve. In this way, the branches from the medial cord are 4M and 1U. Medial pectoral, medial cutaneous nerve of the arm, medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, and then the ulnar nerve. Now what you do, look, you take this medial cord, you take this axillary artery and this lateral cord, lift them up, and then you will see this posterior cord, and then you can see the branches of posterior cord. Look over here. All right, over here lies the posterior cord, and this posterior cord lies on this posterior wall of the axilla, that is, it lies over the subscapularis, and then it lies over the teres major and passes over the tendon of the latissimus dorsi. And over here, this posterior cord, while lying over here, it gives one branch to the subscapularis and another branch to the subscapular has two branches, upper subscapular and lower subscapular. Look, from this posterior cord, which lies over here, it lies posterior to all this structure, posterior to the artery as well. And when you lift the artery, then you will be able to see. And then you can see one branch to the subscapularis muscle in the upper area, and one to the subscapularis muscle in the lower area. Upper subscapular and lower subscapular. These both supplies the subscapularis, and the lower subscapular also supplies the teres, major muscle. Okay, and then the third branch, and the third branch which is given over here, that is the axillary nerve. Okay, the axillary nerve which is given from the posterior cord over here, it passes immediately passes behind, and it comes over here, passes to the quadrangular space. What is quadrangular space, which we do later on? It supplies the deltoid and it supplies the teres, minor muscle. So in this way, the axillary nerve supplies the deltoid and teres minor, while the lower subscapular supplies the subscapularis and the teres major. So branches are upper and lower subscapular, and then the axillary nerve, and then one big nerve which is the radial nerve. Look, this big nerve which is the radial nerve, this one you can see, radial nerve. And fifth one is nerve to latissimus dorsi muscle, this one. So the branches from the posterior cord, look, upper subscapular, lower subscapular, and then the axillary nerve, and then this nerve to this latissimus dorsi, this big muscle passes. It is also called as the nerve to the latissimus dorsi, and then the fifth one is the axillary. In this way, note the point: 3 from the lateral cord, 5 from the posterior cord, 5 from the medial cord, and 3 from the roots and 1 from the trunk. 3 from the roots, again, just to summarize: nerve to subclavius muscle, nerve to rhomboids, nerve to the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, which is also called as suprascapular. Okay, and then one nerve to the serratus anterior. Okay, out of this, the suprascapular is from the trunk and the 3 from the roots. And then from the 3 cords, lateral cord, 3 branches: lateral pectoral, then musculocutaneous, and lateral to median nerve. And then from the medial cord, medial pectoral, medial cutaneous nerve of the arm, medial cutaneous nerve of the forearm, and then the medial root of the median nerve, and then the ulnar nerve. And then 5 branches from the posterior cord: upper subscapular, lower subscapular, and then thoracodorsal, and nerve to latissimus dorsi, and the axillary, and then the axillary nerve. Okay, axillary, upper, lower subscapular, thoracodorsal. Okay, these are all the branches from the cords of the brachial plexus. And now for the detail of the branches, where does it supply, I don't want to bother you at this very stage as undergraduate student. The detail of each branch I will give you later on separately. Thank you very much.